Alright, what is up y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Got a little unboxing today. Ordered me a new reel and a rod, which that's the rod. You can see the box right there behind me. Ordered a new rod and reel for my big swim baits I'm going to be throwing this year. I really wanted to get into throwing some bigger baits, try to target some of these bigger fish, and try to break some PBs. I'm going to be throwing bigger baits on not only like lakes around here, like the Ozarks and stuff like that, and maybe some private lakes, but I'll be throwing them on the river as well. There are some big fish in the river. Nothing crazy. It ain't gonna be like California throwing big baits where I'm gonna be catching 13, 14 pound fish. But trying to run into stuff here in Missouri like in the 8 pound range is what I'm really trying to target. Obviously I'll be catching a lot of 4s and 6s probably, but really looking for like an 8 pounder plus here in Missouri, which is, I feel like it's a pretty big feat to accomplish that, unless you go down to like Bull Shoals or something like that. I know there's some big fish in there, but for around here, that's basically what I'm trying to target. I will show you. I don't really have a whole lot of baits yet. Haven't made it anywhere to pick some up yet. Probably do that this weekend now that I got my setup here. Before we jump into this unboxing real quick, go ahead down below guys, hit that sub for me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys coming back every time to watch these videos. And let's go ahead and jump into this unboxing, and I'll show you guys this rod and reel, and I'll tell you what line and everything I'm going to be putting on it, and a couple baits I plan on getting to throw on this combo as well. So, oh yeah, and this is, I don't know how good you guys can see it, but this is one of the shirts that I had made. Quite a few guys pre-order these shirts, so shout out to you guys that picked up one of these shirts. I'll probably be getting some more merchandise soon, probably hats or maybe another design of a shirt, but so be looking out for that. But here is the reel, the Daiwa Lexa 300H. This is how it comes in the box. Nothing too fancy in there. Oh, and I just dropped it. Here is the reel, guys. And I will be upgrading this handle here too. I'll put that in this video. I'm going to be putting a Gomexus handle and knob deal on here as well. The TPE power knobs, and then they're already assembled onto the handle. So all I do is take this out here and put on the new assembly, and it'll be good to go. Huge line capacity in this reel. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of a small spool down there. There's plenty of line, plenty of room for whatever line you want to throw on here. The line I'm going to actually be throwing on here probably like 50 to 65 pound Power Pro, and then the leader I'm not too sure yet. Probably like in the 20 pound range. Fluoro for a leader is what I'm thinking I'll be throwing on here most of the time. Might switch it up depending on what baits I'm throwing, but that is probably what I'll mainly run on here. Something big, I'll just lock the drag down, and these big swim baits, you want to just pin them and then basically just sit there. Don't worry about sitting there fighting it like crazy. Just get down low, keep them from jumping, and just crank that fish in. Just get down and just keep on cranking until you get them to the boat. Hurry up and get them in the net or bank, whatever you're fishing. So, but here, that's the reel, guys. I'll go ahead, I'll talk a little bit more about this. I'll go ahead and get this rod opened up, and I'll show you guys that rod. I'm probably gonna be hitting it all over the walls in here, but I'll show you guys the rod, put them together, and then I'll talk a little bit more about this, and then some of the baits that I'm going to be throwing on this combo. Here's the rod. It had a big crease in the box. I actually opened it and checked it already to make sure it wasn't broke, because it didn't have no like bubble wrap or anything like that. It's basically just wrapped up in this box. But I'm going to go ahead and get this open because I have to stand up and get this thing out. This room's too small for this rod. Alright, this is all it came in. With just this little piece of plastic, so I was kind of scared that the rod was broke, but I already checked it out to make sure it wasn't before I did this unboxing and realized my rod was broke. Told you, I'm going to be hitting all over the walls in here. But here is the rod, guys. Big long handle down here. Be able to tuck that up under your arm like this when you're fishing these big baits. Really get some leverage on these fish. It is, let me switch it around here, show you guys what it is. It is the Dobbins, which I'm sure you guys have seen people talk about these rods. More of a kind of a budget end swim bait rod, but very good reviews on it. The Dobbins Fury. This is the 7.9, actually medium heavy. And I'll be throwing glide baits. Jeez. I'll be throwing glide baits on this, big soft swim baits. I'll probably even throw the Alabama rig for now on this setup. It's a little too much for my other setups that I got, so went with the medium heavy. I could have got a 8-foot heavy, but I think this medium heavy would be fine. I'm not chucking around, you know, like 12-inch baits, 10-inch baits or anything. I'm mainly going to be like the 6 to 8-inch range is what I'm looking at, and I'm going to be picking up some S-wavers is what I'll be throwing a lot on this setup, and probably some like 6 to 8-inch mag drafts I'll probably throw around, and I'll probably get a few Huddlestons too as well to throw around, be able to drag them along the bottom with that. Sorry, my allergies are messed up, guys, if I sound a little crappy, but they have that top hook on them, and I'll be able to drag those along the bottom, get it down a little deeper if I need to. But I think for the most part I'm going to be throwing on this setup is the big glide baits is really what I want to get into throwing. So let's go ahead and put this reel on here, see what it looks like, and then I'll put this reel on here, see what it looks like, and then I will throw on the new handle. Actually, let's do the handle first, so I ain't got to move this rod around. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this handle on and show you guys what that looks like with the new handle on here. There's the handle that it came with. I mean, it's pretty sweet, it feels good, but I'm definitely gonna upgrade it and put this Gomexus. This feels a little bit lighter as well, this setup. So, and it is a little bit bigger as well, just a hair, but I think it'll look decent on here, and I like the feel of these Gomexus knobs. So I will link this down in the bottom, guys, if you guys want one of these, and then I'll link their site down below too. You guys can go check them out. And I'll also link the reel and the rod. I'll link some line. I'll link everything down below that I'm going to be using, and then the swim baits that I plan on throwing on this as well. I'll link down below for you guys if you guys want to check them out. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here, and then I'll be right back and put this together and then talk a little bit more about it. There we go. There's the new Gomexus handle and knobs on this setup now. This thing looks sweet now. Bigger, be able to really crank those fish in. I got this spool knob tightened way down. Heck yeah. I'll go ahead and just show you guys this handle real quick. So there's just this little guy which holds, this little nut on which holds the crank on, and all you do is take out a little bitty screw right here, and then take this nut off, and then pull this off, slide that Gomexus handle on, and then they give you the little cap, the little screw cap for the end, and then they give you the tool to put that in as well, and they give you a few different ones, so it fits like a few different reels. So there's the upgrade. It's a little bit bigger, be able to crank on some donkeys with that baby. So let's go ahead and throw this on this reel, see how this looks, or rod I mean. So this reel is Daiwa, obviously, Daiwa Lexa 300H, and it is a 6.3 geared reel. I thought about getting a faster one, but I mean, I can just reel faster. Most of the time when I'm using these baits, I'm going to be cranking them super slow, you know, those S-wavers. But here, I'll show you guys what this looks like on here. So there's the setup now. This is what I will be throwing my big baits on. Big reel, big rod, big crank, big baits, hopefully big fish coming. But I was going to get the higher geared reel, but then I was like, well, most of these, I guess it'd help if big fish runs at me, but I mean, a little bit bigger crank on it, I'll be retrieving line a little bit quicker, I believe now. So didn't go with the faster gear ratio because these baits, like I said, I'm gonna be cranking them real slow. I'm either gonna be crawling those big swim baits like this, or I'm gonna be just cranking those S-Wavers slow, giving them a couple twitches on them or whatever. I think this lower gear ratio is gonna be fine. Honestly, you can, gear ratios, I mean, yeah, they help, but I mean, you can reel faster or slower. You don't have to get too technical to catch fish, guys, so don't get too caught up in the technicalities of things, and just go pick you up some gear and start fishing, and then you'll learn what you like and what you don't like and what your preferences are. But here is the new setup, guys. And like I said, I will link some baits down below that I plan on throwing. I only have one bait right now, which is a big jointed swim bait. I don't even remember what the brand of it is. This bait is the only bigger bait that I have right now, and it is only a 6-inch, maybe 6-inch, might even be 5.5, but big jointed swim bait. Definitely a heavy bait. I'll be throwing on that rod. It's got a nice little magnet down here, holds that treble hook on the bottom really well. Haven't even thrown this thing yet because I haven't had a rod to throw it, so pretty excited to get this shad bait out there and chuck it around, see what wants to eat on this thing. But other than that, I just have I have some S-Wavers, but they're the smaller 120 size that I throw on my other one of my other setups. And then I got some mag drafts too, but I guess I could throw them on here, but they're the smaller ones as well. And so I'm definitely gonna have to go big bait shopping. Have a lot of baits I plan on getting, like I said, the S-Wavers and some bigger mag drafts and Huddlestons and stuff like that. And then I might look into getting some like custom baits as well. But whenever you start getting into those custom baits, custom painted big swim baits, you're looking at $100 plus usually at those baits. So I don't know how many of those I'll get, unless I get somebody to hook me up with some. Yeah, but that is going to be it, guys, for the unboxing and just showing you guys my new setup. Hopefully some videos to come with throwing this setup and hooking into some big fish. But that is going to do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching again, and I will see you. Oh wait, before you go, down below, hit that sub for me, leave a comment, questions about anything. I don't know really how good I covered it. I just kind of set the camera up, started talking about it, and took it out of the boxes and kind of just showed you guys what it looks like. So if you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask, comment down below. Oh yeah, the reel was 170 and the rod was 130. So for a big swim bait setup, really not too bad. I was gonna go with the Shimano, the Tran X, but I really didn't feel like dropping that much on them. And then I was gonna go with a custom swim bait rod as well, but I didn't really feel like spending $600 on a combo. And I think this one will do me just fine. I'll be able to catch the same fish that I would have been able to catch before on this setup, and it is about half the price. So yep, down below, guys, hit that sub for me. I'm gonna get out of here, and I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.